Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in the lab, and I'm back in the book. I got some stuff for you. We ripping manure with legacy, stolen legacy by the Greeks. This one's gonna be titled "They Stole the They Stole Everything." Ain't no such thing as Greek philosophy. Ain't nothing but Kemetic philosophy. We know that. We proved that. But we proven that they stole everything. He who steals a man's gods will steal a man's everything. They stole our God. Let's talk about it. I'm having fun. These are lessons in life you can't get nowhere other than here, so let's rock. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we going with this? Let's get together. So I asked the question: do you know you? When I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. Oh, I just did that scheme. I can awaken them with what? I'm spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. For a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Maya be true. They stole everything, the Greeks. Okay, right there. Let's talk about stolen legacy. When you take a people's God, you done took everything, ain't got nothing left. My mother got nothing left but my nuts. Okay, but see this picture right here? This is the goddess, the Greek goddess Athena. Okay. We got a goddess called Neith. Okay. She's the goddess, she's the warrior goddess. She's the original, and her symbol was the spear, the bow and arrow, and the shield. She's the warrior goddess. She's the concept of when she put her arrow back, she don't miss her mark. So everybody pattern their warrior goddess after her. And her name is, let me read her title for you right quick. Athena was revered in the Greek mythology. She was the goddess of warfare and wisdom. Those two things don't go together. Okay? Wisdom and war don't work. Well, first of all, but she was the god of warfare and wisdom. Don't think so. But it was said that she sprang forth full grown and dressed in her armor from the forehead of Zeus. Now, I know a few stories, and I got a few, and I'm breaking it. I know where they got this one from, philosophically, metaphorically. But when I first studied it, I didn't know nothing about Egypt. I knew nothing about Neve. I knew nothing about Tahuti. I knew nothing about Set, Haru, and the Star. I knew nothing about them. Nothing, didn't have a damn clue. The story goes when Set tried to take advantage of his nephew Haru, which is the spirit that's in me and you. The story goes that Set called himself making up and apologizing, invited him over to the house, and tried to have sex with him. He, in return, caught sex semen and took it home, showed his mother, Uncle tried to do me. And, she cut his hands off, threw him in the ground, gave him no hand. Okay, but she took semen from him Now I ain't gonna question how she got it, but okay, and rubbed it on the letters that Seth eat. So when Seth went and told everybody, I have my way with him, he ain't worthy, okay, semen come forth. His semen was in the Nile River, okay, it came forth. So when Haru called for his semen came out of Seth's head and became Tahuti. So story been around a while. They just changed it, modified it, like everything else. I found out all the Greek stories ain't nothing but Egyptian stories, modified and changed. I know that now. I didn't know that before. So that's why I got an issue with that. But the story about coming out of Zeus' forehead, we got a story about that one too. All right. But the king of the gods, okay, she was also worshipped by the Greeks as a patroness of arts and crafts. She was busy. And her chief symbol when Prometheus going to fight the Kraken, the owl, that was her calling card. They got a group, the Illuminati group, their calling card is the owl. The owl is the night bird. Okay, if you worship in the night, that's the owl, that's their calling card. Okay. The Roman goddess, Minerva, they had one too. She was patterned after Athena, who was Athena patterned after? The Kemetic Netra Neith, my girl. They lesson on her a long time ago. But again, they stole every aspect of the Egyptians or the Kemetic concept and showed it to the world. We got them. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got the receipts. I got proof. I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm not casting aspersions. They got upset with this right here. You see the hat? The Malcolm X hat? But you see it's on a what? A Greek statue. That upset them. I'm about to break down this girl, Mary Lefkowitz, when she's trying to make it that the Greeks wasn't influenced by the Cometians. She got ripped a new one for that one. She got a book called Not Out of Africa, I think it is. But let's go about this lesson. All right. She's considered a classics. And there are many classicists who have held fast to what? Their belief, right there. Not their knowledge, their belief that the civilization of ancient Greece, and Greece ain't ancient, what? Was not an extension of African Egyptian civilization. Mary Lefkowitz, who regret writing that because she got her handed to an old-fashioned style. My man John Henry Clark gave her a beat down like you would not believe. I felt bad for her, but she got just what she deserved. She got just what she deserved because she tried to make an argument that was just wrong, and we proved that. So Mary Lefkowitz, a humanities professor at Wesley College, attempt to address this issue in an article entitled "Not Out of Africa." Not a good, not a good way to go. And I'm sure when she wrote it, she didn't expect the backlash. She didn't expect the kickback that she got from the people who knew better and just ripped her a new one. She ended up, I watched the debate and it was not good for her. Like I said, I felt, because she didn't have a leg to stand on. And she said, well, now I feel bad. No, too late. No. You just hell bent on your theory, your philosophy, and all that nonsense. We got the receipts to prove that if you'd have done your homework, you wouldn't have done this. She admitted to that. Admitted she made a mistake. Admitted she all that. Yeah, she just, yeah. She couldn't take it. She just couldn't. So again, some of them have to admit they was wrong. Okay. But then they got most of them who won't. They just gonna So we got her. That was one of them. We had to put her in check. And the origins of her stink was the origins of Greece and the illusions of Afrocentrists, which appeared in February 10th back in 1992. Okay, issue of the New Republic. And that's the magazine I showed you with the cap, the guy with the cap. Miss Lefkowitz emphatically states that there is a distinction between what we call influence and origins. She just keeps stepping in the own gaga. It's going to get worse for her. Watch this. And a distinction which she says is often lost in the debates. No, they're not. On what? On Afrocentrism. Everything came out of Africa. Everything got African from Africa. Yeah. And again, yeah. And you didn't disprove that. Watch this. And Dr. Lefkowitz further declared, what's this? Tried to show that influence is not to show origin. So it's a difference between, like, she gonna put on words now. She gonna like, we stupid. Okay, watch this. One people or culture may introduce its ideas or its symbols or its artifacts to another people or culture. Yeah, get to the point. Watch this. But the difference between the people and the cultures may remain. Yeah, yeah. The evidence of Egyptian influence on certain aspects of the Greek culture and philosophy is plain and undeniably there. Through surely it must be pointed out that other Mediterranean civilizations also had important influences here on the Greeks. We know about the Sumerians. We know about the Mesopotamians. We know about them. We ain't talking about that. That ain't what we're talking about. We taught them too. Just in case you want to know about them, we taught them. They wasn't before us for some reason. They think they was, but no. They invented the wheel. The Egyptians didn't have no wheel. If we followed them, we know about the wheel. Moving on. The Egyptian culture, so that the picture of whom came first and who took or loaned what to whom is anything but clear. We know better than that. But the evidence of the Egyptian origins for Greek culture is another thing entirely. If that sounds like a bunch of dribble drabble to you, because that's what it sounded like to me, but let me try it in, because what she's saying is they didn't really influence the Greeks. The Greeks had their own thing. The Greeks was barbarians. The Greeks was wild, out the hook and out of control, living gay and all other nonsense, perverted, and they didn't have no respect for women. That's the Greeks' way before we civilized them. Just in case you didn't know. So yeah, anything of intellect, they didn't have that. Let me read a little more. I'm almost there. The key words in Dr. Lefkowitz's supposed to be defense of the proprietorship of Greek knowledge are what? Influence and origin. These two words must be carefully examined in order to fully understand why the Greeks are so fervently defended by what? The promoters of what? The Eurocentric ideology. They want so bad. They want so bad. And Europe, named after a black woman. Okay? So it wasn't never nothing white that was anywhere established doing anything before we came and civilized it. Come on now. And that's been proven again. Again, they wanted so bad. They want to promote it so bad they were just not giving in. And I just showed you a picture over here, the New Republic magazine. That's what them telling you. No such thing as Greek philosophy. Okay, that's Egyptian and Kemetic philosophy. That was the point. And this publication followed in the tradition of the September 23rd, 1991 issue of what they had Newsweek magazine and attempted to lampoon the Afrocentric movement by what? By portraying on its cover a bust of a Greek philosopher wearing a Malcolm X cap. Yeah, we were symbolically, subliminally showing you, yeah, y'all, now it's ain't y'all's, it's ours, stolen and manipulated and put back into the system. Watch this. Now let's talk about her difference between influence and origin. This is gonna be good. I got another picture to show you in a minute to show you real easy. The key words again, influence and influence and origins. All right. The Webster New 20th Century Dictionary gives us the following definition of influence and origin. Let's see what they say. Influence. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Influence. From influence to flow in. The power of person or things to affect others seen only in its effects. That's influence. So if somebody influencing it, going whichever way, okay, all right. Origin. From Aurea to rise, a coming into existence or use, beginning, a like parentage, birth, lineage. 3, that in which something has its beginning, source, root, or cause of. Okay, and we understand that, we get that. So the keywords and definition of influence are defect and effect. To affect is to emanate or assume the character of. Yes. To affect is the power to or ability to work, produce consequences or results. Simply stated, influence is the power of persons to cause others to imitate aspects of their character in such a manner that it can be witnessed in the actions or creations of the imitator. If you played basketball in the 90s, everybody wanted to be what? Like Mike. Kobe was the closest one to come to it. But that was emulating what? Influenced by what? Mike's greatness. Again, moving on. Just want to give you a quick breakdown. I got time. I'm going to go a bunch of ways, but I ain't got time for that. But okay, now origins. The central issue surrounding the question of Greek origins. Here we go. Or influence of specific concepts can be determined how? By analyzing their what? Admiration for the culture of Kemet. They held them in high esteem. Why is that? They looked down on the Romans. They got no respect for the Romans. They thought Romans was dumb and stupid, but they could fight. Okay, again, might ain't always right. But if you got might, you know what I mean, you know how to fight, you ain't gonna be punked and taken advantage of. Why? You can take them and now learn from them. Everybody who came into Kemet, who conquered it, and I got some knows about them too somewhere right here. Okay, stole what information, took information, borrowed information, whatever you want to call it, but they learned something from us. Why? We had knowledge. That's why. And everybody knew it. So when everybody came in, they wanted one thing: with the knowledge, with the library at, where the books at, where the scrolls at. We want the info, where the priest at. Okay. They want to be one of us. Simply. They want to be like us. Simple. But they took advantage of us, conquered us, but still want to be like us. How about respecting us and we'll be fine. We'll teach you everything you need to know. But why you gotta take us over? Why you gotta, and moving on conceptually. But now they had reverence for Kemet. The early Greek writers frequently praised the culture supremacy of the people of Kemet in areas which included but were not limited to their religion, their philosophy, their architecture, astronomy, medicine, science, and mathematics. That's the 7 liberal arts. Greeks got it from us. They told you that. Excuse me. Issues of race did not concern the first Greeks who came into Kemet seeking what? Higher knowledge. We wasn't niggas then. Okay? We was noblemen. Okay? Respected and revered spiritual men. Okay? Priests, saints, sages, pharaohs, kings. Not niggas. Ignorant niggas. We had knowledge then. Right now, oh yeah, we don't subject ourselves to become what? The bottom of the barrel. Okay? Ignorant. So we're gonna be taken advantage of, manipulated, and enslaved. That's where we are right now today. Moving on. But at one time, they came to us for our knowledge. But as Greece became more politically aggressive under the rulership of Alexander of Macedonia, she became more nationalistic, more bombastic, and true to the historical doctrine to what? To the victor goes what? The spoils. So once the Greeks conquered Egypt, Kemet, in 332, we had already been conquered a few times before that, but we're going to go over that. I gave you no breakdown before. But this is what we talk about, origin or influence. Let's address that right here. Okay. This is the Egypt weighing of the heart. I just gave that lesson a little while ago, right? This is us, and this is the Greeks. Okay, this is us on the ship going to the underworld, navigating through. The guy with the head looking backwards, that was our concept of looking in the past, okay? Going that way, but you're facing that way. Look what they doing. They got the guy, the ferryman, they call it the ferryman, to take you across. If you don't tip him, he ain't taking you. Okay, so you got to bring something to get across the other world. This is their concept, okay? So now the question is, did it originate with them or was it influenced? Did they get influenced? So let's talk about that right quick. I see the clock. Oh yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. So this one I'm gonna stop right here. I got some more stuff for you, but this is where I'm gonna stop at. Let's talk right quick. Comparison between two Kemetic and Greek myths, stories, okay, about the same thing. I just showed you how they present it. Let's talk about it. In line A, that's where you see Nebuchadnezzar Anubis. He adjusts the balance. He's going to make sure you get a fair shot. Okay, his job to make sure the scales is balanced before you start. So after that, it's up to your heart and Maya's feather to do the work. He's to make sure you get a fair shot. That's his job. And the balance on the scale, which is the way the soul, aka the ab, of what? The person against the symbol of the nature, Maya, represented by her sitting in the statue or the feather that she wears inside of her head. You got Tahuti, the iris-headed man, recording the event. He's always there recording. That's his job. He's the mind of God. He's your memory bank. He's the recorder, the ultimate recorder of all things. Okay? So yeah, he's there at birth and he's at death at judgment. Now, let's go over here and look at this sad. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Okay? That don't you saw ours right there. Okay, I know what ours is. What the hell is that? And who are these people? All right, let's read about that. This ought to be fun. Don't tell me we didn't. Well, if this is what y'all talking about, origin, y'all didn't start that. And the way y'all doing it over, I don't know if y'all leaving a good influence. Wow, that looks like crap to me. In B, they showed you a judgment scene from the Greek vase shows Hermes, which is their concept of thought, Tahuti. Okay, they call him Hermes Trismegistus, the Greek version of Tahuti, thought, weighing the fate of two warriors. What the hell? Weighing them against what? Against who? I read that a couple of times. I'm like, if you got two warriors, something I'm missing. And Zeus watching, for what? I don't get it. Then you got the female figure on the right is to believe to be Athena, the Greek goddess of war. How the hell she get there? What the hell's going on in that picture? Oh, that's not a good. That's not good. That's ugly. That shoddy work there. All right, my bad. I'm just freaking out. This is too like this kitty work. Come on, man. Y'all didn't. All right. Then you get it wrong. Then you just. I don't see Maya. Where the hell Maya at? Where's the? Who? Sorry about that. Let me get back to the lesson. So now we're going to do the bottom next one. You got C with the Kemetic nature who is referred to as turn face. Okay? That means he's doing 180. He looking that way. His body's this way, but his head is looking that way. All right? And it referred to as turn face. It prepares to what? Transport your soul, the soul of the deceased, across the river through to the underworld. Okay? He's looking back. He's not looking where he's going. He going that way, but he looking back that way. Okay? Always what? Chasing the past, scared of the future. Why? He don't know what the future brings, but he don't want to look. He want to no, yeah, you're going. Oh, yeah, you're going. Kicking and screaming, but you're going. And this is their version of that. Okay? You see a man with his body facing forward and his head looking backwards. That's the turn face. All right? You see this guy here? That's the furry man. You see him? He got his hand out. If you can't pay him, he ain't taking you. Okay? You got to bring something to him. In Masonic order, they got a little concept about a token you got to have. That's one of the concepts. All right. Well, the next one I just showed you, that's the Greeks. They had infested boatmen named Charon, or they call him God damn it, not the boatman, whatever, right now, boatman, and whose job was to what? Transport souls. Okay, the ferryman, excuse me, yeah. All right, and across the river into the underworld. But unlike the Kemetic counterpart, Turnface, Charon refused to transport any souls that were unable to what? Pay for his services. Even in death, you can't get it where you gotta go for free. Understand that. So you better be prepared to pay the token, so to speak. And I'm gonna get to the next part about how they stole some more stuff from us. Coming up on your boy Elvin, Mr. Swerver, Mr. Oh, I ain't got no more. I can wrap this up. I'm not done yet. And okay, remember in war, to the victor go the spoil, right? So now when your boy Alexander came in, so the spoils goes to the Greeks. And like any other military force, claim ownership over what? All that they plunder. Alexander, the Library of Alexander became Greeks library, okay, to do what they want, took what they want and burned the rest. So nobody would know what the truth unless it came through them. And their conquest of Kemet was no exception. They had their way with what? All the scrolls, all the information. All right. And if the question of African origin or influence ever come up again of civilization, it is much more difficult to answer today than what 2,000 years ago. We got receipts now. It is primarily only because of the role of racism that's played in the theft and the manipulation of African people since 2,000 years ago, and the African history has been put aside, laid to rest, and substituted for what? His story, not history. Okay? Let us now put these ancient historical issues aside for a moment and examine a few relatively contemporary ones that we're going through today. I'll be right back with that. And in closing, right thinking, oh, I'm not done. We got more. I got plenty of receipts for you. I'll be right back. But in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus that day. So I know that my right thinkers who now understand how the Greeks stole everything, mainly our gods, passed away. I'll be back.